Alright, welcome everybody to the final game of the top 8 for the 6th version of the GEMPC. I am Taco Bill Kafer here with you. Just checking that my stream is working okay. Seems good. If you could give me a thumbs up in the chat when anybody gets here, let me know if I'm able to hear me or not. We're going to get going here. Game 2 between Miguel Tarin Vegas and Justin Branch. So it looks like we have Miguel on map, Justin Branch on He Is the Chosen One here. I apologize for the large white box. That'll go away soon, hopefully. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're up and running here. So, like I said, Justin Branch, He Is the Chosen One, starting I Feel the Conflict, of course, with the objective. Like My Father Before Me, Insurrection, Aim High, and Walkling, so a pretty standard start here. Am I online? This says I'm live. Let me find somebody here. Alright, so that is the light side. Miguel Tarin Vegas here on I Want That Map. Of course, starting I Will Finish What You Started with the objective. Also playing Bow to the First Order and the Dead Speak. Thank you, James. And his starting interrupt went back to hand. As you can see at the bottom here, Miguel won game 1, excuse me, by 16. Let me shrink that a little bit there. So Justin's going to need to win this game by at least 17. I'm not sure what the loss piles were, so I don't know exactly what that tiebreaker is, but let's say 17. Certainly something that HITCO can do. HITCO these days is generally built to be a beatdown deck. I know Justin has definitely played Jedi Presence versions in the past where you use Yoda or Obi-Wan to double your Jedi Luke power, double your Rebels power. You got a couple of dudes in there that are 4s and 5s. You got you can play Chewie, who's a 7 even. So definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Also, he's just going to set up a big drain. So that's going to be a good way for him to get out there quick. His resistance agent is Luke, of course, so not playing a Han Solo general, optimist general, I guess. Probably going to run an EPP Han instead. So Luke is the agent here. And then for Miguel, with a 16 force cushion, he's going to want to establish space pretty early. I think he has the upper hand in space where he can set up a finalizer to drain for 2 at one system and a steadfast to drain for 2 at another system. And as long as he can maintain a presence on the ground, he's going to be able to get those drains in space for free. So that would be how I would play each game if I were these players and in the top 8, which I'm no longer in after being eliminated. The winner of this match will face Matt Harrison Trainer, who I split games with on Friday. If you weren't watching on Friday, there was a marathon of coverage. Dan, obviously the MVP of the top 8 for streaming multiple games at once. You can catch all those on the PC Twitch site. I'm pretty sure Jared Napolitano is the other one who streams some of the games too, so you can go back and watch some of that coverage. Rapid fire Star Wars cards on a Friday afternoon for some reason. So Miguel here, pretty standard turn 1, is going to get out Palpatine. Got a bridge, I think was in his opening hand. Nope, from reserve deck. And then somewhat little puzzling to me, he's going to pull out Jakku with his episode 7 system pull with the Dead Speak. A lot of people are going to pull Dakar there normally. You do have the 1-0 landing site, which allows you to pull Jakku later in the game, but does not allow you to pull Dakar. So maybe just trying to get the generation out there. Maybe Dakar was in his force pile. Alright, so draws up a couple cards as well, ends up with 10 cards in his hand. And he'll have 12 force next turn. So that's, I mean, he's gonna have 13 force, so you can do some damage with 13 force. So Justin here, gonna grab a docking bay, has 8 force to work with on turn 1. I saw him play Anakin Skywalker to, what did he do? Retrieve a card with Anakin in hand? Oh, he played Anakin to pull Daughter of Skywalker Virtual, which then Anakin Skywalker V went lost, and he used the once per game on Prophecy of the Force to retrieve that card back into hand. Now these two players, like I said, this is game 2. In game 1, Miguel was playing Legend, and Justin Branch was playing This Deal is Getting Worse All the Time. Definitely in favor of Legend, and we saw it play out the way we thought it would, where that limiting, I don't quite remember what happened in the game. I know Tarkin and Vader got beat down for a couple cards, but Legend must have just plinked away. I think they ran away for a lot of the game in space, and Justin couldn't find his Cloud City occupation, so that was kind of tough for him. Alright, so pretty boring turn for Justin Branch here on turn 1. Grabbed a docking bay, was able to draw up to find an Arlie Hope to get the Yoda's Hut into hand, but a little too late. So he will only have 9 force to work with on his second turn. Alright, so here we go for Miguel on his turn 2. He's got a force push here. He's going to trade 2 cards in hand for 1 card in his force pile. Hasn't played the starting interrupt yet to pull the shuttle. So maybe he can figure out if that's in there or not. I don't remember how to drink these. Oh boy, I'm told I can give so many things away. Look at that. Now I gotta come up with questions for things. This is all so on the fly. Alright, I'll think of some things. We'll give some things away in a little bit. Alright, so down comes a shuttle, which I probably in his hand already. That's probably why he didn't play the starting interrupt yet. That's probably not what I would have gone to force push for. But the shuttle comes down. Kylo comes down with the shuttle. That is to an episode 7 location, so with the new errata on bow, that will allow him to take a card into hand. Kylo's actually going to get barriered here, which is definitely interesting. So he's going to be stuck inside the shuttle. Now, I don't know how I feel about this play. I know what Justin's trying to do. He's trying to, you know, set him up so that the shuttle is power 0, Kylo is power 0. You can drop maybe a couple guys, but you only have 12 force to work with, 3 that you've saved, and 9 that you're going to activate next turn. I don't expect Miguel to give away any more force this turn. So you got 12 force to work with. I mean, I guess Luke costs 6 and Yoda costs 4, and you can just gift to the Mentor and Jedi presents. So maybe that's what he's looking to do here. It is interesting that Justin barriered before the use pile pull as well. I don't know if he wanted to make sure that barrier got through and he didn't, and Miguel didn't grab like a barrier canceller, but I don't think that's something that was on Miguel's mind prior to it happening. So now he can definitely go through his use pile and look for, you know, maybe another character to deploy, maybe a masterful move to go grab a Gik, maybe the Gik itself. Oh, I'm giving away a sticker pack too. All of the things to give away. All right, we can go ahead and do the token keyword here now. Let's see. So if you haven't been following, I did not mention flying this shit up. This ship up. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so Greg brings up an interesting point in chat. The character is battled, so he cannot move out of the ship, but the ship can fly up. He can do that. The hippopotamus can ship up. Pride comes down on the ship as well, so that might be what he's thinking now. But that's another way you can avoid that beatdown is because, and there you go. The HITCO deck is probably not running a ton of space. I could see a Tantive with a token space package, but you lose out on some of your better space characters like Padme and Anakin. I could see Han Chewie and the Falcon being a distinct possibility. We already know that he's not running the Han Solo Optimistic General. So it could be a Han Chewie Falcon. What else could it be? That's generally all I see. I mean, maybe you get like a token landing claw package with like a booster, or like a random Y-wing. In addition to Kylo, it is also Allegiant General Pride. Alright, so token, if you haven't been following along during these streams that Dan has been doing and everybody else has been doing as we cover a lot of top 8s and top cuts happening right now, I'm going to give you a token keyword. You're going to send that to holotheater@starwarsccg.org with that token keyword. This stream's token keyword is going to be Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Fantastic card that no one should ever play because it beats my no idea and eliminates me from the top 8. So just message that token keyword to holotheater@starwarsccg.org, and Dan will hook you up with those sticker packs. Alright, so Justin on his turn here is going to activate his 9, giving him 12 total to work with. He comes down with Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, and also Daughter of Skywalker here. Luke is his agent, so that is going to prevent Map from flipping, and because Map does not have a character of ability greater than 4 at a battleground site, HITCO is going to flip. I can just say things. Kylo was barriered, yes, and the token was Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Not a white border card, unfortunately, though it would look really nice. Maybe Ryan has a white border Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. Alright, so Luke will get a saber as well. And that's a pretty good play here for Justin. Is able to get down Luke, get down some support with him. You have to think he has some kind of defensive interrupt. Maybe it's another barrier. Maybe it's something like a Sorry About the Mess. He did save 2, so maybe it's something like a Clash of Sabers. So I can see any of those happening. And then for Miguel, you're still not in bad shape. You get to drain for 1 here, which is, sure, why not? You also get to, you already spent your force to deploy Kylo and Pride. So on this turn, you're able to kind of fortify a bit at the Tuano Village. Maybe put down like a Phasma, an FN, maybe both FNs. Who else could you put down there? Maybe you have like a Mara and Saber or something. You can deploy all of that and then shuttle your shuttle back down and have both your guys get out. So it looks like that's what he's probably going to do. Aura comes down first. There's Mara. Alright, what are you talking about, Dan, here? What are we doing? We're talking about Calvin Ridley? I'll allow betting on games, but Greg is right that the tournament guide does not allow you to bet on your own game. Alright, so also interesting here that I missed. The one force that Silverglen lost to the Drain is the Chasm Walkway, so he's expecting to fight on pretty much this one battleground for most of the game. This is the second battleground here over at the Ewok Village. But losing that from hand, he has to win by 16 or 17, right? So you got to play it up big. You don't have time to just like sit there and trade for 3 and trade for 3 and trade for 3. Alright, so we're into Miguel's battle phase here, so that's all that's going to come down this turn. I would expect to see the shuttle landed and have Kylo and Pride get out. That will give Miguel 3 weapon swings, potentially a Destiny to Power and a regular Battle Destiny, along with +2 to attrition from Pride, right? +2 to attrition from Pride and +2 attrition at Kylo's site from the Dead Speak, so +4 attrition. In addition to a Battle Destiny and potentially something like Imperial Command. Whereas Justin is going to activate 11, so he's going to have 13 force to work with. Already has Luke and Daughter there. Daughter's going to be able to cancel somebody's text, probably. So I think you want to cancel either... Probably not Pride's text, because you're not going to have a Resistance character. Probably Aura's text, because she's going to be the easiest to cancel. If he uses Aura first, you could cancel Mara's text. You could end up canceling Kylo's text if you don't want to lose force, but I mean, it's already 19 to 12, so not a huge danger there. Daughter also allows you to play Leia's gun if you find that. We could see something like Yoda come down and double power here for these guys with a Jedi presence. I don't know, we'll see. He's got 13 force. Let's see what happens. Miguel only drew 1, left 3 in his force pile, so either expecting something like a Draw Their Fire or wanting to play You Are Beaten. So here's the story about the mess. Luke Saber is going to go ahead and swing at somebody. Miguel will get to cancel one of the destinies here with I will finish what you started, assuming he has an interrupt. So this choice has to be made. He's going to swing at Pride, and I think that's a function of the cancel. So a 4 here, which will hit Pride, so you could cancel that, but chooses not to. And then a 3. So 7 total. Pride's going to go lost. I think it's an interesting decision, right? Because you have the Saber now. You definitely have a Saber in a subsequent battle, if that happens. And you have to weigh that against the fact that Leia's there. Maybe Leia's gun comes down, and that seems even... I guess it's the same. I was going to say it's worse, but it feels like the same. But maybe you just want to save your... the guys you run one of, your Mara, your Aura, or your main character here in Kylo. Or... yeah. Because you definitely run at least 2 Pride, I think. Alright, so home on docking bay. Like my father before me, we'll put a card down on a force pile. So still 14 force to work with here. Dad in chat. I love that Miguel is playing map after playing it for the first time in Outrider Cup. Is that really the first time he played it? I thought that was assigned to him because he had a history of playing it. Alright, so Jin Urso undercover comes down. So maybe Justin's hand is not as great as he had hoped. So that signals to me that he's going to move away. It's just a matter of, does he have like an Odin combo to run away, or does he move over to this 1-0? Okay, I will go ahead on record and say I'm completely wrong. What that signals instead is that we're going to have a battle. Alright, so Justin initiating battle here. We'll have the first weapons action, I think. So now you're weighing things again, right? You're weighing daughter cancel on Aura Singh versus swinging with Luke before he could get potentially sniped, yabbed, anything like that. Oh boy. Immune to sniper. Your scouts here are immune to sniper and you are beaten. Look at that. There's text I'll never remember on daughter. Alright, so that changes your calculus a little bit here. You don't need to worry about the swing because you're going to get your swing in regardless. So you want to cancel somebody's text. I still think Aura Singh's text is the right one to cancel. She actually swings at Luke better than Mara swings at Luke. Alright, so instead, Justin will play Clash as his first action. And I think that's a slight misplay. I think you want to play that Clash beforehand, just so you get 2 actions in a row, effectively. Yeah, I'm with Joe. My text recall is not great, and the lighting up of GEMP did a bunch of heavy lifting for me in some games. Alright, so Kylo got clashed. So Aura Singh will fire at Luke, who is defense value 7. Draws a 4. And a 5. Overwhelmed is an interesting card to see. Total of 9 is going to hit Luke. Why is that only 9? Should that be 10? I think that should be 10. So Luke's hit, forfeit 0. Anakin Skywalker here will add a destiny to attrition. Alright, so now reassessing this play a little bit from Silverglen, right? With playing just the Jin and battling with the 2 that you had. You're able to take out everybody except Kylo, which seems fine. And then you have Jin to block a drain. But with the added destiny, the lightsaber swing, the destiny to attrition and the lightsaber swing. It's interesting that he didn't just let Kylo stay. I guess he's worried about his own forfeit here, because both of his characters now are forfeit 0 after Mara hits daughter. But if you clash before the battle, you don't have to worry about that because he only gets the 1 weapon swing. Alright, so Luke swinging here at Mara is going to hit. Joe, he lost his sight from hand as well, so I thought that was an interesting choice. Yeah, you're right. The weapon canceling, you do want to Clash Kylo. That's also a second weapon destiny to swing at you, so that makes sense. Alright, so Justin canceling Aura Singh's text now. It does make her power -2, right? Power -2 as well. Destiny of 2 is not great here, but that will get rid of at least the shuttle or Aura Singh. We'll see what the Destiny to Attrition is as well. I think anything above a 4 will get rid of everybody. Justin, on the other hand, Miguel, on the other hand, drawing a 6, using the Force to do it. So 14 to 13, there'll be no overflow on the light side. We will get a stack because it's 14 to 13. The extra 6 to Attrition ensures that the site will be cleared. So then we have Kylo and Jin at the site after everybody else goes to Lost Pile. So Miguel stacking a card on Conflict, and then we'll see everything go in a pile. So Luke, Saber going, and then Daughter going. And then we have Shuttle, Mara, Aura going for Miguel. Now Justin only has 2 cards in hand, so he's going to have to draw several cards now. Probably all 8 of them. Probably not all 8, but 6 to 7 of them to reload and try to take on a new threat. And then Kylo is still going to be clashed during Justin's next turn as well. So that's another consideration. I'm going to do some more hindsight here, and maybe you think about clashing on Miguel's turn. Clash that Kylo Ren, so that on Justin's next turn, the one he hasn't taken yet, his turn 4, you'll be able to battle into that clashed Kylo. Sorry, no longer clashed Kylo, whereas on his turn 4 in this timeline, he cannot battle into that clashed Kylo. But Grievous is going to come down here. Grievous is going to steal a saber from the Lost Pile. BB9E, excuse me, is going to come down. So I wonder if Miguel remembers that Kylo is clashed. So BB9E here, going to break the cover of Jin during Miguel's move phase. So Jin is sitting here. On Justin's turn, he'll be facing down Grievous and Kylo, but Kylo's clashed, so as soon as that battle starts, it'll just be Grievous. But Grievous does have Luke's lightsaber, which kind of is a lose-lose for Justin here. He can't play his own Luke's lightsaber, and Grievous gets a saber. So this will be an interesting turn depending on what Justin drew last turn, right? So like in chat, I mean the obvious like nut play here is Yoda, Luke, battle Jedi presence, but you got to watch out for a Gick from Miguel, who has 9 cards in his hand. So Hera comes down. Hera gets barriered. And that barrier will go through. Ezra Bridger comes down. Ezra Bridger here, who is power 2. Power 3. Yeah, Obi with Saber would also be good. You can Jedi Presence off him as well and add 7, 8 from Ezra and Jin at that point. Instead we have Luke. Luke also gets barriered. So Miguel able to find 2 barriers. That's pretty good. And that makes that Grievous play a lot safer if you have 2 barriers. Because you can barrier your big guy. If it gets canceled, it gets canceled. You have a second one. And saving 4, so even if it had gotten grabbed, he would have been safe too. Alright, so both those barriers went through. Justin content to just draw a couple cards here. We'll put one back with Luke, most likely. Does not. Does have 18 power at the site. Ezra's going to come into play here. Ezra giving Miguel the choice to activate 0 at this site or let Justin activate 2. And so he let Justin activate 2. Here comes Supreme Leader Snoke. He's going to a battleground, so we're going to get a bow to the First Order pool. Yeah, Joe, I think you're right. I think Miguel does like how this game is going so far. I said at the top, your easiest path to victory was probably to get some guys in space and drain for 2 and 2, and then just try to hold a site. But you're doing fine here. I mean, you've lost 1 saber and gotten it stolen. You probably have the upper hand in this battle between having 2 swings to light side 0 swings, having FN, who even gets to shoot somebody, being able to get command, getting an extra battle destiny through Phasma, getting force loss from Kylo potentially. Alright, so Phasma, FN, and Snoke come down, and they will battle here. So Kylo's going to go ahead and swing at Hera. There's Dakar for a 0. Still okay though, because Dopeld is a 6. He's going to lose that Dopeld rather than pay the 1 force. So I wonder if he does have the Yab or he has like another barrier next turn or something. Alright, so Hera will be hit. Justin's going to have to lose a force. Miguel also losing a force, losing Dakar. Justin losing Chewbacca Protector from reserve deck. We'll see if Justin grabbed a presence or not here. Alright, so Anakin Skywalker is going to cancel the game text of a character of ability less than 4. And I think you cancel Phasma's text here to get rid of that extra battle destiny. Yep. Back to Miguel's turn. He's going to be able to swing another lightsaber. He's actually going to fire FN2199 first at Jin. And this is just no +1, so 4 is greater than 3. So Jin's going to be hit too. Does that make forfeit 0? I don't think it does. Yeah, so Jin is just hit, but not forfeit 0. And we're getting another +2 to attrition in this battle from Miguel because of Snoke. So for your last swing, I wonder if you swing at Ezra and just forget about, like, if he has a blaster deflection or anything, you don't have to worry about that. Or if you just swing at Luke and probably win the game. Does choose to go for Ezra. Luke's only going to be immune to less than 6, which is effectively less than 4 with the 2 extra attrition from the Dead Speak. Fairly confident that Miguel can draw 4. Alright, so Ezra also hit by a lightsaber after Miguel draws 4 and 4. So Miguel down 6 power, but also drawing 2 destiny to, excuse me, Justin down 6 power, but also drawing 2 destiny to Miguel's 1. So we'll see how this shakes out. Specifically for Kylo loss, and I feel the conflict loss, and everything else. I'm pretty sure that the site's going to clear for Justin, where Miguel will only have to lose a character or 2. There's the command, actually, so further cementing this the win of the battle here. So command to limit light side to 1 destiny here, which gets grabbed. So now down 6 power with destinies to go. So Justin definitely facing 2 more force loss from Kylo Ren, in addition to losing at least 3 characters. So overwhelmed is a 5, which means total attrition is going to be 7, which means Jin's not going to cover. So light side is going to clear the site, or have their site cleared, I guess is more accurate. Justin draws a 5 as well. So going to be 30 power to 24. Kylo Ren is going to make Silverglen lose 2 force. That's a bad time when you got to win by a certain number. For 5 attrition, I think all Miguel's going to have to lose is Snoke, right? Or is he... Yeah, I think you lose Snoke. Yeah, and that's actually... Justin's going to go ahead and call it. So Miguel is going to move on to the top 4 here. We'll face Matt Harrison Trainer sometime in the next week or so. Our other top 4 match has already been set previously. It's going to be Mike Kessling against Timo Dussel, who I saw in chat at least a couple times. So they're going to play on Friday. I think either Joe or Dan or both will be on the call. So look forward to that. And when Miguel and Matthew Harrison Trainer set a time, we'll let you know as well. We'll have somebody stream that as well. Thank you guys for joining me on a random Monday afternoon. I didn't give anything away. I'll give something away real quick. What do we got? What can I do to give away? No, I like my hat. I can't give away my hat. I gave the token away. We did the token already. I'm trying to think of some kind of weird trivia card that I can come up with to give away 2 GEMP AI packs that I was authorized to give up. Alright, I've said this in a couple different chats before and posted it several places. What 2 decks did I play during the February OCS? I played 2 decks only. Name one of those decks and be the first one to name one of those decks, and you will get yourself a GEMP AI pack. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give that to Joe and Brad. We'll give Joe. Joe got Legend first. Legend was correct. And then Brad got Shadow Collective. Shadow Collective was correct. Those are the 2 decks I played. So congratulations to you guys. You will each win a GEMP AI pack. I will let Jared know if he's not still in the chat to send that over to you. But thank you guys for joining me on the stream. and look forward to more streams in the future.